Hello everyone, welcome to Good Morning Tarot. Now this is a general reading and it is open to all zodiac signs, so just take what resonates with you. It is also timeless, so anytime you find yourself watching this video, there might be a message here for you. Now let's try to see what is the main energy at the start of the day. Okay, we have here the Six of Swords. The first thing that came to my mind is a journey. And then the second thing that came to me is pilgrimage. Okay, so for some of you, you're taking short pilgrimages, short journeys into places that are like portals towards your inner self. So it can be a special place that you go to where you can be alone and be in touch with the divine. For some of you, it can be a journey. You see here this lady, it seems that this lady is carrying a luggage. So for some of you, you are moving on to another place. For some of you, it can be really moving, transferring to another place, maybe taking up a new career, taking up a new job. For some of you, it's a physical travel because you have a new assignment already. Now, the beautiful thing about it is your journey is being facilitated by the universe. So you need not have to be worried or anxious about the gritty details of your journey. Just go with the flow. Allow the spirit to help you have a beautiful journey to a new life situation. For some of you, you are spending more time now journeying within, and you appreciate the guidance that the universe is helping you in your inner journeys. So what comes to me is a journey, the word pilgrimage, and yes, for some of you, it's really a physical journey. You are carrying a suitcase right now. It seems to be a little bit heavy. Now, what comes to me is for some of you at this time, you're carrying a heavy load at this moment. It's something that you need to sort out, but you're not yet ready to do so. But don't worry, the universe is going to bring you to a place where you can, unpack those burdens that you have been carrying. So you can open that luggage and you can peacefully sort things out in your life. Okay, so this is one of those things. You are being led to journey within, together with some baggages that you are carrying. Sometimes life is like that. Sometimes we have certain baggages that we are carrying. It doesn't really become too much of a burden, but it has a weight, and it doesn't make the journey light. You know how it is. There are certain things that we carry in our life that we could have been journeying faster, more conveniently without them. But we have to carry them with us because we know that these are things that we need to sort out, but we are not yet ready to do so. So we lump them in a baggage and we carry it with us along the way. Now, sooner or later, we need to unpack those luggage and we need to settle and maybe decide on certain things that are they still relevant in our life, or it's time for us to let them go so that our life journey will be easier. So somehow, when you look at it in this boat, the lady is still carrying a luggage, but she is being led by the universe inwards. So in your interior journeys, there are certain baggages in your life that you might need to consider at this time. Now you need a quiet moment. You need to really set special moments for yourself. Like for example, giving yourself a one-day retreat, maybe a weekend wherein you will just quietly go to a quiet place where you can journey within and reflect on certain things that you have been carrying, that you feel you need to address, but you have not been able to address because somehow you were preoccupied with a lot of things in the exterior realm. So these are those things that are in the baggage that needs to be unpacked. And the best way for you to unpack it is when you arrive within. You know how it is when we travel, we don't think too much about the baggage. We always tell ourselves, we'll take care of what is inside the baggage when I arrive in my destination. So it's like that also. In our journeys within, we carry with us certain baggages that we unpack when we are already in that stillness within us. And as we unpack them, we need to sort out things. Are these things still helpful in our present journey, or do we need to let them go? Letting go sometimes is difficult, but necessary. So there are certain things that say you need to accept. Okay, I cannot change it anymore. It's already part of my life history. I accept it, and I know that it has taught me a lot of lessons. I take those lessons that I've learned from it and let it go. Decide to let it go. When we do that, then our life journey will not be as burdensome as it would have been. So there are certain things that we need to process every once in a while, and one of the best way to do so, or one of the best moments to do so, is when we journey within ourselves. We are guided by our spirit guides like this one. You journey within your inner self, where you can quietly unload certain aspects in your life. Now let's try to see how this will further unfold. Well, we have here the wheel. The wheel of life, or the wheel of fortune, continues to turn. And as the wheel turns, you know how it is when a wheel turns. Some of the mud falls off, or the earth falls off from the tire. Some of the stones also that catches in between the crevices of the tire. Sometimes we need to remove them. So as the wheel turns, certain things in our life needs to be removed. But when you look at it, there is a certain sense of triumph in this card. You see the joy and the sense of release that this person on top of the wheel experiences. There's darkness underneath, and then there are clouds in the middle, but there's the clearness of the galaxy above. We need to let go of those darkness, clear the clouds, until finally we can breathe clean air. So in a certain sense, yes. Right now, I feel these two cards are encouraging you to unburden yourself of certain aspects in your life, which you will be able to discern more clearly when you journey within. Now, what is the advice of the universe for you? Part of those aspects that you need to clear from your life are those painful histories. You see here, I feel that the wound here, the wound in the heart, is already a scar. These are past wounds. You see, it's already being healed. There are sutures in the heart. So it means that it has been in the heart for a long time. And there had been efforts to try to heal oneself from it, because there were sutures already. There are already sutures. But they are not yet completely healed at this moment. The heart is still a little bit broken, although it's already brought together already by these little sutures. The sutures are not yet enough to completely heal the heart. The heart needs time to heal. So I feel you need to spend more time going within to allow those painful experiences in your past to gradually heal. And the healing process is the acceptance. You try to to re-examine your life. Try to unpack the baggage, which can include painful life experiences. I think one of the important steps in our life experiences is to accept it as part of our life experience, that it really happened. And it's something that we need to accept. We wish it would not have happened, but it already happened. It's already there. And it's part of us. It defines who we are. It makes us more compassionate in a certain sense, especially to those who are experiencing who are undergoing the same experience as you have undergone. Now, this still gives you pain every once in a while. When this memory comes back into your mind, it tightens your chest, makes it difficult for you to breathe. So try to see which are those things in your past life that whenever they come into your consciousness, they tighten your chest and makes it difficult for you to breathe, or they make you cry, or they bring back tears, or they cause pain. Those things that are not yet healed. Maybe it's time for you to open those parts and to reflect on them a little bit more, especially if these things keeps coming back. When something in the past keeps coming back, they are trying to get our attention, asking for us to recognize them. And the first step is to say, yes, I accept you. You are part of my past. There might be some pain, there might be some regrets, but I cannot deny your existence. I have to accept you as part of me. And you contribute to who I am at this present moment. I wish I can undo the experience, but I cannot anymore. All I could do is to accept you as part of me. And you don't have to work on your healing alone. You can always ask for assistance. Assistance from other people, and also assistance from your inner self. The divine, your spirit guides, even your dark side, your shadow. You need to be reconciled also with your inner self. Now, it's going to be a long process, but you will succeed. And if you patiently work on it, you will have this joy of release, this sense of release, and this sense of balance. You see this girl, she's able to stand even with just one leg. She has attained a certain balance. And when you look at it, on her right side is white and on the left side is darkness. She is in the middle. She has attained a certain balance between her light and dark sides of her life history. And there's a sense of smile. She is already reconciled with her past. Whether it be the dark past or the good pasts, she is now set free from it because she has accepted it already as part of her life. She takes the lessons and moves on. So somehow here, you see there's darkness there, the clouds and then the light. Here also darkness, but there is light. There's still pain. So for some of you, there are certain aspects in your life that you need to consider, especially those that keeps coming back into your conscious mind. You need to recognize them, accept them, take the lessons from them, and resolve to begin again. The permanent thing in life is change. We need to constantly adapt to change. So some baggages needs to be considered at this time. Now let's go to Good Morning Oracle. Okay, one jumped. Immediately what I saw is the skeleton. Some skeletons in our life, those things that we try to hide in our life, skeletons. Death. Okay, death is a closing. a symbolism of something closing. You need to have a closure of those skeletons in your past. I think it's very much related to the Three of Swords. You need to have a closure of your past so that you can move on. The closure, I think, is this baggage. You need to let go already of the things inside that baggage, but you need to work on it. And the best way to work on it is to spend more time alone to reconsider them. Taking a pause is a very important aspect of our life. We cannot just keep on running and running and running and running, journeying and journeying and journeying. Even a machine needs to take a pause. Sometimes needs to even be turned off so that it can recover. It can find a cool place. You know, it is an engine that is constantly running will overheat sooner or later. It needs to cool off. It needs to have peace. It needs rest. So part of it is death, putting an end. Okay, finally deciding it's time for me to let go of this baggage. So somehow the death one is there. Well, the first thing that came to me is skeletons in your cabinet. So those are the things you need to reconcile. Okay, if it's something that you are ashamed of, then recognize, okay, I feel ashamed of doing this. I mean, it's beyond what I expect of myself, but then you have to accept, yeah, but it's me. And I had to realize that. But I learned something from it. I am not the same as the person that was when that thing happened. It has enriched me, it has taught me lessons, and I think when I look back, I am much different than the person that was in the past. Many things have happened already. I might have some remorse of the things that had happened. It's part of me, but it has enriched me, it has taught me lessons. The important thing is we apply those lessons and allow ourselves to be set free. It's time for you to reconsider those things. Grounding. Part of the important thing with processing ourselves is grounding. What comes to me right now is discernment also. When you ground yourself with reality. You recognize what you are feeling right now. What are those things that burden you? But another thing that you need to recognize is this my baggage or is this somebody else's baggage? Because oftentimes we feel heavy, we feel down. But then when you take a closer look, you realize, oh, it's not my baggage, it's somebody else's baggage that I accidentally absorbed into me. Especially if you are an empathic or a person who is very compassionate. Sometimes we carry with us certain burdens that is not actually our burden. So being grounded in reality is learning to decide also, learning to discern also. Is this baggage mine or am I carrying somebody else's baggage? So it's important for you to actually, with regards to this inner journey, it's important for you to have every day a moment just to be yourself. A certain ritual, a personal ritual that you do. If you like to uh, go on a walk in nature as part of your cleansing each day, then do so. Make a certain ritual, something that helps you, something is beneficial, something that will allow you to ground yourself to the present moment. I think the most important thing of grounding is being able to live in the present moment. Another thing of grounding is being able to release those energies that do not belong to you, that you accidentally uh, took onto yourself as you interact with the world. So it's important to have a certain ritual at the end of the day. And then a certain ritual also at the start of the day, making sure that when you go out, you're not carrying any baggage. So oftentimes it's those times between the end of the day and the beginning of the day where sacred moments for yourself and sacred moments with the divine and your spirit guides are possibly you are able to do so. Some of us wake up early and we do that ritual usually 3 to 5 in the morning. That sacred ritual. If that is your ritual, then do that and make sure that part of that ritual is a grounding process. And also the death. The death is for me, death is like sorting out those things that you need to let go so that you can have more space for new beginnings. So those baggages that needs to be arranged. So I feel part of it is right now to be grounded and to discern which baggages belongs to you and which baggage do not belong to you. The first thing that you need to do is to remove those baggages that do not belong to you, so that when you sit down, you'll just handle those true baggages that you need to give attention to. Those skeletons in the closet. I feel you are being invited right now to spend more time to unload your burden. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.